Welcome to Channel 13. We're very fortunate in this town to have an activity that seems to really be a big hit here in Temiskaming. Hockey is a big, big thing, and our kids seem to be going a long, long way with it. I have a very special invited guest tonight who I've invited him to talk about his experience in hockey. He started off here in Temiskaming. He's going up the ladder, and his last destination he played was in Florida. So here with me tonight is Mr. Andre Plamondon. Hi, Andre.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, you?
I'm fine. Andre, I know hockey is such a big thing for you. How did you ever decide to get into hockey, or what made you choose hockey?
Well, at first, I was 3 years old, and my dad brought me out to a game my uncle was playing. That's when we lived in Quebec City back then. And then since that day, I always wanted to try, and my parents always said, no, you're too young, you're too young. So when we moved here, I kept bugging them, and when I was 7, they finally decided, well, we'll let you play hockey. So that's when I first started, yeah.
And you seem to be liking it ever since?
Oh yeah, ever since. I've just, like, the first year was hard. I didn't really like it because I thought it was hard, and there was a lot of like hard work, and then after the first year, everything was just perfect. I just fell in love.
Good,
basically.
good. What position did you play when you first started, and what position are you playing now?
When I first started, I played center or left wing. I don't really remember, but I knew I played forward. But then because I used to just go to the rink by myself and practice my skating, and then I learned how to skate backwards, and I was like not one of the first ones, but I could do it really well, so they put me on defense because you need to skate backwards really well for that.
Okay. And what is your strong point right now in skating?
It's my speed. I'm fast.
You're a fast skater. Oh, that's really good. How many hours a week did you practice before and now?
I practice between, let's say, 2 to 4 hours before.
When you were younger?
Yeah, when I was younger. And last year, the year that just went by, between, I'd say, like with the workout and like off-ice sessions and everything, about 25 hours.
A week?
A week, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, the schooling and the skating and any type of activities.
It was great.
It was good. Excellent. What type of training is required for you to become a good hockey player?
You got to be dedicated, that's for sure. If you you got to be able to just say, well, I'm working out on the ice, I'm practicing, and then you got to be able to say, well, I got to do running and a whole bunch of kind of activities so you can get in shape.
Weights, I would imagine, for the legs.
Not too young, but when you start to get older, you start doing weights.
Okay. Andre, you have quite the background of experience to back you up, and I was wondering if you could talk about the time you started here in Temiskaming up until the time you finished this year in Florida with all your years' experience.
Well, I first started here. I don't really remember because I was really young, but I had good memories. Like I played for Roger Seguin, and I played with his son, and that's when I first started playing here. And then after that, I moved on to Ville Marie for a year, and we went to the provincials. We lost. It wasn't that great of a season. But then after that, I moved on to North Bay. I played Pee Wee AAA over there.
Okay.
And my dad lied to me. He told me I was going to try out for AA because I thought I wasn't good enough yet to play AAA hockey.
Oh.
So I showed up to the camp, and I made the team, and then on the card, right before I signed it, it said Pee Wee AAA. So I was like...
You were stunned because that's not what you were
because
going
my
to
dad told me it was AA because he thought I could make it. So, and after that, I played Bantam Double C in Ville Marie. We won the Chrysler Cup. The year that the Junior A Cup was here.
Okay.
We were in Chibougamau. We won that. And then from there, I got picked up to play in Kirkland Lake. And I played when I was 15 and 16. And now I got called to go to Florida.
Florida. How is it that you get picked to go play? How does it work, the system?
I guess some scouts that work for IMG, that company, I guess, they just go around and they watch players and they give scholarships away to kids that think that can have like that have
They're
the
motivated.
ability to go to the college level, like get a real scholarship, a real
Right.
like college, like 4-year deal. So,
Okay.
and I got it, so I went.
And in Kirkland Lake, how long were you there?
I was there for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Yes,
And what was the category there?
that was midget AAA.
Midget AAA. So North Bay, you were Pee Wee AAA.
Yeah.
Kirkland, you were Midget AAA. What was Phil Marie?
Filmer was Benham Double C.
Double C.
Yeah,
Wow, so it's changed in
yeah.
category.
I went up the ladder a little bit.
And when you got picked to go to Kirkland Lake, you were young at the time.
Yes.
You were 15.
I was turning 15.
You were
That's
turning
that month. That same month I went. I was turning.
That's a big thing to leave at 15 years old to go play hockey because you were billeted elsewhere, right?
Yes, I lived in a family. It's pretty much my parents because they let me go. Like most parents wouldn't, but
Right.
they knew that I loved the game so much. So, I mean, they just let me go. They said, "Let's try it out," and I loved it.
And you were mature. You had matured so quickly, probably.
Well, I wasn't mature at the time. I don't think I was that mature. I made mistakes like everybody does,
Right.
and I learned from that. And now I think I can go live on my own now.
Wow, that's quite a young age to be gone away from home.
Yeah.
And I'm probably one to say, I'm not sure if I would, but I would not hold back the child for something good. You know, when your parents, by sending you and giving you that chance was a wonderful opportunity
Yes,
for
it
you.
was definitely.
What was it like playing for the IMG in Florida? From Kirkland Lake, you went to Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, what was that like?
Well, that was wonderful because I didn't have a place to play at all. Like, I came back from the Rouen Huskies. They called me up and they wanted me to go try out. And after 3 days, they sent me back home. So I had nowhere to play. Like, I didn't want to go back to Kirkland. So
Okay.
I was, like, kind of left out. I didn't have nowhere to play. And as soon as I got back the next day, I got a call from Florida.
Did you believe it?
I didn't believe it. I hung
Okay.
up the first time. I hung up.
You
and
hung
then-
up the phone.
Yeah, and then they knew I was French, so they called back with someone in French. And then I just gave the phone to my mom because I was like, they're saying all kinds of nice things, so that can't be true. I can't be.
It's because it's so hard to believe that this is actually happening.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. It's just you didn't know where to take it from there, if it was actually real or a joke.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
And how did you find out about it? What happened with that after you hung up the phone with them?
Well, it was a week before school. Supposedly, I was supposed to get something in the mail like a month ago, a month before that, and I never did. I never got anything. So they called back. They were kind of like, are you coming or not? And then I
Right.
was like, whoa. They put me on a spot right away. I had 7 days to make my decision, and make all my bags, get my visa, get everything, and then just leave.
And go. But you had no documentation.
I had nothing at all. I didn't have a passport, nothing. I had to drive to Ottawa, get one, come back in a week.
Did they send you something to give you all the details? Because you had said you didn't receive it by the mail. How
No, like they called me on a Sunday, and on a Monday I had a package because
Wow.
they thought I had it already, but
Okay.
now they got my address and then they sent it again.
And this
Yeah.
package came in by airplane because
Yeah.
they really wanted to make sure you
Yeah.
received it. They really wanted you there. Sounded like they really wanted you there, and that's okay.
That's perfect. I mean,
So when you went to Florida and you started playing with the team, what was that like?
that was wonderful. It was weird at first because going on the ice and then just looking at the palm trees and walking out of the arena with your shorts on, it was kind of weird, but I loved it because you're on the ice 6 days a week, and I mean on Sundays you really want your Sunday off, so you just either you can play tennis, you can do whatever you want, but most of the time we just gathered with some guys and we just played PS2 or just.
And like you said, if you were practicing 6 days of the week, by Sunday I'm sure you just wanted to sleep most of the time.
Sunday. Well, I slept in till 10 because on Sundays there's a brunch. Like they make eggs, and that's on the only day of the week you can like eat eggs and bacon and all
Okay.
that. So you get up, and then after that you can't go back to sleep. So because
Okay.
you're used to get up early. So
Wow, it's a routine that's set out, and you get used to it, I guess,
Yeah.
too. Wow, that's pretty good. And I guess being down in Florida too, you got to get away from the cold.
Yeah.
That must have been a different thing.
Yeah, it was because I have skin problems. I got when my skin gets really dry and I hate it, and I need some cream for that. But now I didn't. It was great down there. Everything
didn't have to.
looks like everything happened at the right time.
Oh, it was perfect. Sounds like it was fun. Did you always have the same number while you played hockey?
I always had a number that had to do something with 4.
Okay.
Like I used to be number 14. There was a 4 in there, and then I was 2 years number 14, so I switched to 28. So it's still like you divide 8 by 2, it was 4. It was like stuff
There's
like
always
that.
something
That's
for-
players always do that. They just and now 26, 6 minus 2 is 4. So it's always.
Okay.
always
Why number 4? Did it represent somebody that you?
I don't know. It was just that number. I always loved that number, and I just
Stuck with you?
yeah exactly.
Okay. And what number did you have in Florida?
26.
It was 26.
Yeah.
When you were in Florida, how was it playing hockey compared to your schooling? What were the terms like?
I played like I was on the ice 25 hours or towards hockey, and I was in school 25 hours. So therefore, the school they make sure you get as much school as hockey. So you do all your homework and everything's done. If you don't, well, you're either benched or you can't go to the tournaments with them, with the team.
Okay, so the schooling, it's a high standard. You have to keep your marks up in order to keep playing hockey because you were there on a scholarship, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
every student has to go to private school too.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, so I mean, a lot of people think that it's icing on the cake, but you still have to work for it.
Yeah, you still have to
get your
especially
schooling going.
the kids like we were 5 Canadians on a scholarship. Especially those kids, you have to get good grades, or else they'll just say, "Well, we're not going to pay for you to just
Well, it makes
slack
sense.
off."
That's right, because they're
Yeah.
paying for you for one to better yourself at hockey and two to better yourself in
Yeah.
schooling. So that's a good thing. One thing, Andre, I want to ask you was, in your many travels that you've been about, can you tell us about some of the places you've been to and what it was like?
I went to Colorado Springs. I went to Nashville, Tennessee. I went to Boston. I went to Chicago. I went to Cincinnati, Dallas, and yeah.
And what was it like?
It was great. Like Colorado was by far the nicest place I've ever been to. Like the mountains everywhere, and it was just great. But we didn't have that much time to spend over there. We had like 5 days, and we played hockey every day, and
Okay.
it was more like a business trip, like my coach would say.
Okay. And what about some of the players? How were they toward you, knowing that you were from Quebec, Canada?
Oh, it's the Canadians. They call us Canucks,
Canadian,
right? Like,
okay.
but it's just jokes, you know. Like they at this age, you know, they respect that, and you know, we just make jokes sometimes. Like I have American jokes, like we all know, and they just joke around about it. It's
Okay, so there's no sarcasm
No.
that comes out through it. Oh, that's a good thing.
because we're
then.
all there for the same thing. We all
Right.
love there because we love hockey. So I mean, why just step on each other?
Oh, that's good. You must have a mentor or somebody that you look up to in hockey,
Yep, it's Mario Lemieux.
Mary Lemieux. So he's
Yeah.
your idol.
He's my idol for sure. He's
Well-
the best ever.
What has Mario done that really has inspired you to?
He just started off as a nobody, pretty much, and he just, no matter what people said about him, he just climbed up the ladder, and you know what, he just put everything behind him, and that's his goal, and he went for it, and he played injured most of his career, and he still shined.
Okay.
And he's a big player. He doesn't need no one to back him up, which also I like, because you see all those goal scorers in the NHL. They're small, but they all have like this big winger that protects them, and that's not hockey at all.
Okay. And I noticed when I was at your home the other day, you have a Penguins, is it the Penguins
Yeah.
shirt? Was that just to represent little Mario Lemieux? Or?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was in love. I'm still in love with him. He's just so great. I mean, but that was my practice jersey
Okay.
it had to be Mario Lemieux's shirt.
Well, since I know that Mario Lemieux is your idol and your mentor, I went on the internet today and I found you a little bit of info. I'm sure you already have it all, but it's just his biography and some statistics about him, which you probably can tell me them more than I read about them in there. So that's pretty much all that I wanted to mention to you. And again, I wanted to congratulate you on everything, and just keep up everything. Don't stop. You're doing so well. Was there ever a moment that hockey never interested you? Because I know from your mom, your dad, from talking to you, hockey has always been a big thing.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a moment that it never interested you?
I don't think so. No.
No?
No, because it was just, I don't know. The more I play, the more I love it. So I mean, I don't know when it's gonna end. I don't think it will, but I mean, I don't know.
It's because you're really into it, and
I don't. It's not that I have